Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to csim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video where this black woman was talking about her experience being in school and how when she talked about racism that happened to black people and all of them are like, why is it hard maybe for black people to respect the cops or listen to the cops? Like, are you for real now? And then I saw a comment from a Latino woman telling her not to blame white people over racism because as it stands that white people are trying their best to talk about racism. And she was like, you must really be white. Or if you are not white, maybe you are white Latino. Because that comment coming from you shows that are you do not even know anything or you don't know your history because majority of all these people do not also know their history. So how do you talk about what is going on when you don't know about it? Now I am going, so majority of people, when black people talk about police brutality and the rest of it, they make it look like maybe when black people see a police or a car, see a car, they start firing and all that. No, they don't do that. Just being a black person alone, just being black alone is bad enough. I don't know how to say, but I think this is just what, yeah, it's bad enough. Because I remember, I think last 2 years or last 3 years, bringing a video where a black boy went for a protest and was going back home and he was apprehended by the cops. And they were trying to hold him. Thank God for people around. And he was like, please let me go. My mama is waiting for me at home. That really broke my heart. Let's get into this video.
Okay, so I'm going to say something that's going to make you very uncomfortable, but by default, all white people are racist because the system itself is racist. The only way for a white person to be not racist is to actively be anti-racist. While you are being anti-racist, that's when you're not racist. And then when you stop, you're back to being racist again. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that it's the 1960s. You and your lovely family who are okay with black people are sitting down and watching television together as a family, and breaking news comes on and you see video footage of black people being sprayed with water hoses and having dogs sicked on them. And you and your partner look at each other and you say, oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening in our country. This is terrible. We've got to do something about this. That reaction itself means that up until that point, you and your family have been racist, supporting racist policies, thinking that black people don't have to deal with anything that you don't have to deal with as a white person, not seeing race, possibly microaggressing people, giving lip service to being progressive, but not actually being progressive. The institutions in Western civilizations, specifically in the United States, are so actively anti-black, so actively racist, that by just not doing anything, you're being racist. And I'm talking about all of us, myself included. However, as a black person, I'm affected directly by anti-black racism. You are too, and I mentioned that in the video that you're commenting on. But what I'm saying is that I am directly experiencing the effects of racist policies. I am the demographic that is being targeted. I think one excellent example of this is counters what you're saying in this comment. When I talk about student loans being forgiven, the group that constantly pushes back the most when it comes to that is educated white people who've already paid off their student loans. They've paid their student loans. Why should anybody else be forgiven? And my question to that is, as a black American, why on earth am I even paying tuition in the first place? My ancestors gave this country hundreds of years of free labor. Why is any black American paying student loans? Why? Again, that's educated white people making that argument. So you can be as progressive as you think you are in your mind, but that doesn't make that a reality. Y'all are racist, and you don't know it because you're supporting policies that are racist, because you think that because race is not mentioned, then that means that you're off the hook. No, these policies are racist. That's the small print. The invisible ink on all of these policies, on all of these institutions, on everything in this country is, this is really going to hurt the Negroes. And y'all don't see that. You will support the shit out of the horrible things that the federal government does because you don't see how it's hurting people other than yourselves. That makes y'all racist. It makes y'all the wood that has built this house. Okay, another example. I was almost finished, but I have another example. I remember when the George Floyd protest started. A week or two before that, I was having a full-on argument with this white girl that was in my class because she was saying that police are just doing their job and so on and so forth. This white woman was not even from the country that I live. She's not a United States American person, but she was just, trying to explain to me that the police are doing their job and why can't, people just understand that if they follow the police's instructions. George Floyd protests happened, and this same person, the same white person, had responded to another one of our white classmates' posts saying, "Oh my God, what is happening in this country?" Like, that was so racist, incredibly racist. And I knew that I couldn't go to any of my white classmates, the majority of that class was white, and tell them, hey, this classmate is racist, because they would say, no, she's not. And you're racist for even calling her that. You know why? Do you know why my white classmates would probably side with her? I'm not even going to answer the question, because you know the answer to that. Or at least the black people will know. So yeah, y'all are all racist. The only time when you're not being racist is when you're being actively anti-racist. So you do have a choice. Okay, I'm done. Bye. Nah, you're white. You're white. I know you're Latino, but you're white. And what I mean by that is that the same anti-black racism that plagues white people is what's plaguing you. You didn't listen to my video. You heard me say something that you think is being mean to white people, and here you come running to do this to me. Because surely this negress woman doesn't know what she's talking about. Right now, an orange menace who'd been voted in on the basis of anti-blackness is bringing this country to its knees right now. And everybody thought it was just going to affect the DEIs. But it's not just going to affect the DEIs, which was a dog whistle for black people. It's going to affect everybody. So now we're all in this together. And that's the thing that cracks me up when it comes to anti-black racism, is that the entire world is anti-black. The entire world. I don't look at Latino people, I don't look at Asian people, I don't look at Arabs and think to myself, now that's a group of people who's on our side. Collectively speaking, everybody is anti-black, even black people. And the reason that I can say that with so much confidence is because I know that there is not one country on this planet that I can go to where darker skinned people aren't bleaching their skin. Why is that? Why would they do that? I wonder. Collectively speaking, this is an anti-black planet, and we are all paying for that. The only time people of color recognize black people in any way that's positive is when it's convenient. And this is a talking to that every group on this planet needs. So I know that you're rushing to the front to defend white people because that's what y'all do. And whiteness, Lord knows it needs protecting. But I stand behind what I said. And for all intents and purposes, right now, you're a white person. You are no different. And anti-blackness within the Latino community, that really needs to be dealt with. Y'all need to be handling that for real. You need to be giving your people the same talk that I'm giving white people. But I know that you're not going to do that. So I'll do it. Listen up, Latino people. Y'all are anti-black and y'all need to fix it. Especially you Dominicans. Yeah. Y'all get your shit together. Stop being anti-black. Latinos, Arabs, Asians, all of y'all need to stop policing black people for speaking the truth and start looking for ways to help darker skinned people in your own communities. Stop shitting on dark skinned people. All of you, get it together. Stop shitting on the indigenous in your countries. Start waking up to the colorism within y'all's communities. Until y'all start doing that, as far as I'm concerned, you're white, and that means you're racist.
So when Camarlo Anthony goes to prison, this is my idea what we should do. We should start a GoFundMe page. And then we'll make like social media content saying whoever gets him first gets the GoFundMe. So it'd be like a free-for-all. People just be going nuts in prison trying to get at him. And then whoever wins can have the GoFundMe money. It'd be great. It'd be like real justice for once. When Camarlo Anthony goes to prison...
First things first, been down before me. I understand the family tree is a reef and the people under the stairs are your relatives and you don't possess the genetic capacity to pronounce it correctly, but his name is Carmelo. But continue.
This is my idea, what we should do. We should start a GoFundMe page. And then we'll make like social media content saying, whoever gets him first gets the GoFundMe. So it'd be like a free-for-all. People just be going nuts in prison trying to get at him. And then whoever wins can have the GoFundMe money. It'd be great.
First things first, bow down before me. I find it hard to believe you had an idea that didn't involve you trying to convince your sister that those 3 inches were 6. But hey, I digress. As far as your other big idea, what are you waiting on? Start it now. Just imagine the amount of money you could get other racists and bigots to donate to this cause. Because I just want to see the logistics of how you collect it and how you get it to somebody. Yeah, start your murder for hire GoFundMe now. That's my suggestion. You're a coward if you said it and don't do it. Let's get it.
So when Camarlo Anthony goes to prison, this is my idea, what we should do.
What's the matter, brother? You too pussy to do it yourself? What's the matter? You don't want them problems? Is that what that is? You don't want that work? Do you? Oh, that's right. That's right. You're a coward. How would you like it? Just to make all things fair. Let's just say I started GoFundMe because I just don't like your face. And I raise funds for somebody to, rock your jaw meat until you're not awake. And then when you wake up, put you back to sleep. Y'all are bold, but you're also cowards. Every one of you running off at your fucking lips on the motherfucking internet, knowing fucking well you and that stupid ass trucker hat would get fucked up if you said that someplace else. How would you like it if we did it to you? Since you're not man enough to do what you want to do to Carmelo Anthony, your damn self. Afraid to take that long ride to the upper room? Is that what it is? I'll make a joke on TikTok. Like we ain't gonna see you, bro. Like we're not gonna see you. And in this regard, I will brag about the size of my following. You don't think I won't have this video plastered all over the place? So that every time you walk your ass into a 7-Eleven or a Walmart, you don't know who's looking for you or who's looking at you. Hey, ain't that dude that was saying that bullshit on Thomas DeVille's video? Ain't that him? Yep, it sure is. Be a damn shame if somebody knocked your motherfucking ass out in the dental aisle. It'd be funny. You're out here buying a toothbrush and then you ain't got no teeth. Listen, if you want to be a racist piece of shit, then just be one. Just be one. But please remember, you never know who's watching. You don't. And you never know who is watching while you say this shit. And you don't know who they know. It won't even be me. It'd probably be the man, sit next to 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 the goddamn man that sat there and watched me film this video. Then all of a sudden you're trying to pick up all your fucking chiclets in the parking lot of a Sam's Club. Save your GoFundMe money. And unless you're willing to come from behind that fucking camera where people can see and hear you and where you can get touched in a special way, I would keep this case out of your mouth until it's adjudicated, okay? Because heaven forbid, he gets off not guilty, but you can't say anything because your shit is wired up like Kanye after the car crash. Just a public service announcement. Just a public
This is
service
all I got from this video. I mean, I know it's been from one GoFundMe to another because you all are rich. This is, yeah, you heard me right. And to that sister said it all. You said the racism coming from those people is just too much. I am not lying. Now tell me a reason why we are still on Kamala Anthony's case. Now I am going to say this. I think you all should start teaching your children to take their hands off, not to lay their hands on anybody because you all are bullied. And the thing is that they bully you and they expect you to keep quiet because they don't want you to talk. They don't want you to do anything. They don't want you to, like, do not do anything. You know, don't do anything. You can't talk. You can't say it. You can't speak it. You have to swallow it. You have to endure it because they thought it was back then when some things were endured. But it's no longer that time. A lot has changed. Teach your kids to take off their hands, to take their hands off people's body. Bullies. You bully people. When what happens, what happened to bully happens to you, you start screaming. And like the sister said, you said that I don't know if that woman is Latino, maybe she's a white woman, but if she is actually a Latino woman, you are actually crazy. Because telling a black woman that white people are trying right now is like you telling yourself that with everything going on or happening to us at this point in time, I mean, like white people are trying their best to save us. Go save your ass. This is also one of the reasons why you people voted for who you voted for. Or you think we don't know? Of course we know. Because you all proximity to white now, you think it makes you white. You are not. You are still Latino. So go take subversive. You want to teach us how to react or how to act when something happens? No. When you do some people something, do not how they react is not, they're not going to react in your own way. They react the way they want. So stop policing people. When black people tell them how they are being treated by police, I remember sometime a person of color actually came on this internet to tell black people, why is it hard for you to respect police? Respect police. Like they don't respect them. Like black people see them and start firing them or something, or start making, like, you know, that will put them in danger. Them seeing a black person already is a danger on someone that look like me already. You don't understand it because it is not your story. You never experience it. But when we speak about it, you don't want us to talk about it because you don't want to hear it. Where to desist. I do not believe in anti-racism work or something because those people that say that they are doing anti-racism, majority of them are racist. Check all of them out. But I am going to stop at here. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.